set to detonate.
There's just one thing
Sharp.
that I would like to say. There's just one thing
Watch
that
out.
I would like to say. There's just one thing that I would like to say. One thing that I would like to say.
We got
Hey,
and
what's going on,
suspense,
people?
theme, and variation.
How's everybody doing? That right there, that dilated peoples, I want that to be my theme song. How's everybody doing? It's Thursday evening. I'm headed to Arizona, stuck in traffic, making a detour using Waze. Been listening to my first love, which is hip hop, on the way. The dilated peoples, Talib Kweli, Mos Def, Black Star, Strong Arm Steady movement, the little brand Nubians, just to get the juices flowing. And I'm about 4.5 hours, 340 miles to go, and it's going to be an exciting time. And you know, what the hell does it say about me? That I'm living somebody else's truth, or maybe somebody else's lie. You know, and I like to think that I would like some input in my life as opposed to incorporating some madness or some toxicity or some dysfunctional bullshit from somebody else. You know, with oncoming, I've been doing a lot of investing a lot of time in this election coming up, and how the Republicans are trying to steal the race. And man, we live in some very trying times. But at the end of the day, I can only focus on my circle. You know, what is my solution? But not so just my solution, but what about the collective solution? You know, what about the collective solution that's in your household, or in your city, or in your county, or your regional, or within your state? There's always going to be a solution that works for everybody. But it seems to be that we live in a society now that it's about, if I'm the winner, it's winner take all, and then fucking the hell with everybody else, because your cares and concerns do not matter because we won. And I find that that's a far cry from what society should be like. I don't know what it's going to take for anything to change in that regard, but I do know that the status quo that we currently have is not working. It just isn't. I mean, it's not for a lot of people. Maybe for some, maybe the people who are balling are in the top 1%. It's working for them because everything is going to work for them because they set in stone, or they pay for a certain. They set the system at how it is, and you know, with these Republicans and these Democrats supposed to be making a stimulus package because a lot of people are suffering right now. What does that say about our elected leaders? And there's so much adversity within politics. There's so much deceptions. There's so much downright lies, man. And it's a daunting exercise, man. It's enough to take you down to those emotional rabbit holes if you allow it. What I try to do is when I take the time to want to research something or watch something, I try to look at it academically, which is any of my thoughts, feelings, or emotions are been set aside. I'm just getting the information, and I'm just going to do analysis of the information, pick out what works, and kick everything else off to the side. It really doesn't matter. That's out of my control, because at the end of the day, the only thing I can control is my own thoughts, actions, beliefs, and behaviors. And you know, for the moment, that works. That's my truth. You know, and when I speak my truth to people who don't like my truth, but when I express it to them, and not in a bad way, not in a way that's harmful or disastrous for anybody else, but when I don't know what that is to them, but to me, I'm walking away from the situation not really concerned about it, because it's something that should have been said for me. Because sometimes I don't say it and tell them, I used to work like this. Now I just speak it as it's commonplace now, and it's something that I completely immerse myself in, which is my truth. My truth has the way of changing from different information that I'm getting. Hey, you know, I'm not always right, just most of the time. But I don't speak without having full awareness of what I'm speaking about. In most cases, you know, we can't know everything, and as new information comes forward, it's just a nice place to be able to express. I just want want to chime in with that because I really want to chime in on that as I'm driving because that's been on my mind listening to a bunch of Black Star and Dilated Peoples and music is one of the main things that it inspires me. It doesn't ask for anything. It soothes the savage beast. It soothes my soul a lot of times. And, the passing of Eddie Van Halen, which was another heavyweight in my life. It's just downright baffling. I was from Pasadena, and they had a very large, not a very large, but ever since he passed away, it's been a couple weeks now. There's still a memorial out there, and I find that to be pretty amazing because typically those things only last for a couple days. But I guess this man had such an impact, even locally on a lot of, even worldwide, that it's still resisting. And what I really like about a lot of musicians, especially his caliber, and they just always spoke their truth, man. And that's just a good way of doing it, inspiring people from different modes of whatever it is that suits your fancy. But inspiring people to be the best version of themselves, man. That's where it's at. That's where the depth and width is truly at, and that's my whole intent. It's just to inspire people, to push people to multiples. Because I wasn't always this sharp individual. I was a complete utter mess up until 2012, and I just started really, one of the hardest things it was to do was for me to focus on myself, knowing that I was my biggest problem. And then yesterday I see I had a talk with my neurologist, and he was telling me that I might have early stages of I can't get over it. These people are not going to let me go through it, so I'm going to have to go back and turn around, of dementia. And I don't know, because my thinking has always been my catalyst. But you know what? It's no matter what happens to me or whatever I have to go through in life, I can't allow anything outside of myself to steal my joy. I can't allow myself to steal my joy. So all the adversity that I have to meet in life, I'm just gonna have to meet it with a fucking smile on my face. Because each day that I wake up is a celebration of life. Damn, look at the fucking traffic. Damn. To a greater or lesser degree, and there's. With me, my process is contingent upon not doing for self, but doing for others, putting the focus off myself. My truth is that, man, I'm passionate about people. I want to see people excel, exceed, and defy the odds. Because where I'm at today is where I never thought I would be. And though people knew me prior to 2012, never would have realized that I would be in this position that I'm in. And I'm baffled at times at how I even got here. Because quiet is kept. If it was up to me, I would have died in prison. Because I was institutionalized for a very long time, and I just accept the fact that, you know what, I'm cool with this. This is just a comfort zone that I was way too comfortable with. But it wasn't until 2012 when I sought out recovery and sobriety and all that it brings, and the trials and the tribulations, the heartache, the pain that I had to endure and go through. Man, let me tell you, man, there's been times when I was just like, man, fuck all this shit. This shit is too damn hard. But you know what? It's only going through those hard stages of life that really, truly makes you appreciate everything that you have. I didn't appreciate anything because wasn't working towards nothing. The only thing I want to do is get drunk, get high, and cause some ruckus. That's it. And now it seems like I'm doing I want the complete opposite. And for me to reach here, seeing that that's my truth, and that being here, man, it's life is just amazing if you really want it to be. But how invested are you into your own life? And I asked this of a lot of people, and I see them struggling. I said, okay, if you're dealing with some problems, okay, life is not going to stop. The problems never going to stop. Somebody could write you a check to take care of all your financial problems for the rest of your life. You would still have problems. So seeing that as the truth, another truth, what are you going to do about it? How do you add quality and value to your life? What are you passionate about? What are you living for? What are you willing to die for? You know, I will really put my life on the line for the next man so they don't blow their head off or stick a needle in their vein. You know, and there's been a lot, I don't know, 10 people over the last 45 days that's committed suicide because all this heroin and meth has fentanyl in it. And these were all young people, under 22 years old. Man, and it's a shame, it's a tragedy, it's a loss. Any loss of life is a travesty. You know, like all the stuff that's going on in Armenia. Any loss of life, because it's sort of like, from my position, any injustice that's done to one affects us all. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Yo, what? These fucking people out in Riverside are crazy. But any injustice that happens to one person affects us all. Wow, look at that sun. I can't see it. But, and for me to say that, it's just a testament of my personal growth in a lot of ways. It comes at a cost. What, you know, I want this goddamn these fucking people. And you wonder why there's so many people getting killed on the highways in California. There's my truth is based upon a lot of hardships, pain, and enduring a lot of obstacles that I never thought I would be able to overcome. But yet, you know what? I did them, because I always put faith in a lot of things. Faith is not my first choice, but it's usually the second or third. Because sometimes I think I can just do it myself, and then things get too hard. I just need that little help, because a lot of the people that I associate with have no recollection of my past. It's not like theirs, so they can't really give me a lot of input in certain areas about how to overcome the challenges, hurdles, and pitfalls that I have to do. But I just see those dilemmas as nothing but opportunities for growth, and man, I'm truly blessed to have them. I am. I'm just really concerned about what's coming up for November with these Republicans who are trying to steal the elections, and the Democrats who just want people to vote for them without doing anything for them, especially black folks. You know, yeah. So I don't know where it's at. Right now, I feel like penciling in evidence, or Talib Kweli, or Mos Def, or maybe even Flavor Flav for president. You know, because I'm really getting disappointed about everything that I'm seeing that's going on in this country. It's really wild and vicious. You know, some people are threatening civil war if Trump wins, or if he doesn't win, and it's just like, if he doesn't win, these other groups are going to step up. But man, really, all over politics? Really? You want to start killing people because of fucking politics? And what the hell has these political parties done for you anyway? Not a damn thing. You know, they just get you so emotionally entrenched, and it's all for nothing. What are you gaining from it? That's always been my thinking process, that whatever I'm doing, there has to be something that I'm getting from it. You know, especially prior to 2012, because I was a greedy, selfish son of a bitch, and I always had to get something, and I always got something. If I didn't, I went and took it. You know, I'm so glad that I'm not living like that before. But oh man, I don't know. I'm not getting disappointed about it. It gets a little frustrating, but it is what it is. If you don't like what you see in the world, well, be the change that you want to see in the world. Because if not you, then who? If not now, then when? If not you, then who? Who's going to do it? Because ain't nobody going to do it for you. So it's like, each one reach out to the next one and try to motivate and inspire people. Let's be the change that we want to see in the world. You know, that's another one of my truths that I'm just slowly starting to come to terms with. And I think I did a video on it a couple months ago. Be the change that you want to see in the world, part 1 and part 2, I think. Maybe I should do part 3, update for the election. But, you know, there's a lot of people out there that want to see some change, and a lot of people are just not receptive to it because the status quo is so entrenched. We've been conditioned just to accept that which we see, and that's not even talking about the police brutality and how people have been conditioned to just accept the authorities of the cops, who are not even doing their jobs right. They're not even following the Constitution. They're just doing their own will because they see fit that they can do what they, since they have the badge, they can do what they want, and they're only subjecting the taxpayers to pay for their misconduct, in which they, in my estimation, they should just start going after their pensions. And I bet you if they start going after their pensions, all that would stop. Because it's all about the money. You know, this country is all about money and property. They don't care about nothing else. From what I've been seeing. You know, anytime there's a protest, they don't pay attention until they start burning and looting. You know, and burning and looting, from a lot of people have said over the decades and centuries, that's the option of the people whose voices are not being heard. Is to burn your shit down. I don't agree with it, but if they want to be, it's not mine. But any loss of property is a loss of property in the business, and the people's hard work went into it. So it's kind of unfair. But at the end of the day, everybody needs to be heard. You know, they don't get the TV time. They don't get no air time unless it's talking about a certain position that the media wants to hear, or I hate this word, the narrative that they want to invoke. I don't know, people. Well, I think I've said enough. So, hey, I hope you hit that like button, and I hope you subscribe if you haven't, for some more, because I'm in Arizona. I'm going to be dropping some stuff every day, and especially now leading up to this election, because I do have a lot to express on it, some opinions, but my opinions is not just based upon myself, but a collective opinion that I think that a lot of people have, but a lot of people are just not willing to express it. Have a great one.